Today, we're exploring a fascinating story from the heart of British politics. Did you know that the Speaker of the House of Commons, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, has received and kept nearly 300 gifts during his time in office? From bottles of whisky to ties, chocolates, and even presents for his pets. This story is about much more than just free stuff. It's about transparency, tradition, and the rules that govern our leaders. Let's dive in. So, what kinds of gifts are we talking about? Over the last 4 years, Sir Lindsay Hoyle has received a wide range of presents from ambassadors, MPs, foreign dignitaries, and even corporations. Here's just a taste. Over 80 bottles of wine, whisky, gin, and other spirits. 26 ties and pairs of cufflinks, some of which he wears to welcome guests. Skincare sets from the South Korean ambassador. Books, glassware, rigs, and even decorative items for his official residence. Christmas hampers loaded with champagne, wine, and festive treats from places like Bahrain and Anguilla. And yes, even gifts for his pets, because everyone loves a pampered pooch. But it's not just about personal gain. Sometimes these gifts are shared with his office. For example, when the North Macedonian ambassador sent over a food and drink hamper, Sir Lindsay kept the gin and wine, but passed on the herbal teas and jars of red sauce to his staff. And many of the ties and cufflinks he receives are actually worn during official duties. You might be wondering, why does the Speaker get so many gifts? Well, it's actually a long-standing tradition. When foreign dignitaries visit Parliament, they often exchange gifts as a sign of friendship and respect. It's a common practice in parliaments around the world. The Speaker also gives gifts in return, like books or commemorative items, to visiting guests. Now let's talk rules. MPs in the UK are only required to declare gifts worth over £300. Ministers, on the other hand, have a lower threshold. They have to declare anything over £150. But Sir Lindsay Hoyle has gone a step further. He voluntarily publishes a full list of every gift he receives, no matter the value. That's hundreds of items, all out in the open for the public to see. Tom Brake, a leading democracy campaigner, says Hoyle's transparency is a good thing. He argues that the £300 threshold for MPs is too generous, and that standards in Parliament should match those in the public and private sectors, where only small token gifts are usually allowed. So what happens to all these gifts? Some are kept for the historic collection in Speaker's House, which is kind of like a living museum of British political history. Others, especially perishable items like food and drink, are kept by the Speaker or his office. And as we mentioned, some are shared with staff or worn during official events. The story doesn't end with gifts. Sir Lindsay has also faced questions about his travel expenses. Since becoming Speaker in 2019, he's spent nearly £250,000 on overseas trips. That includes over £180,000 on first and business class flights, plus stays at luxury hotels and fine dining. These trips are part of his job representing the UK at international conferences. Just like the Prime Minister attends the G20 or G7, the Speaker attends events with other parliamentary leaders. So, why does all this matter? Well, it's about trust and transparency. When politicians receive gifts, especially expensive ones, there's always a risk of conflicts of interest or the appearance of favoritism. By publishing his full list of gifts, Sir Lindsay is trying to set a higher standard for openness in politics. But it also raises questions. Should all MPs be required to declare every gift, no matter how small? Are the current rules strict enough? And is it appropriate for public officials to accept so many presents in the first place? What do you think? Should MPs and the Speaker be allowed to keep these gifts? Should the rules be tougher? Or is this just harmless tradition? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the traditions and transparency of British politics, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update.